you can do in terms of trying to change their view of something. And a lot of people still say, "Hello, Mr. Bond," and, you know, like as though one has never heard it before.
Sean Connery was a Scottish actor and producer. He was probably best known for playing James Bond, but enjoyed an extremely prolific multi-decade acting career that produced an Academy Award, Golden Globe, and a BAFTA Award. He appeared in more than 70 films, including The Untouchables, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and The Hunt for Red October. Sean starred in 7 James Bond movies. He's frequently called the greatest James Bond of them all. During his life, he was also considered the greatest living Scotsman. Connery was knighted by Queen Elizabeth in July of 2000.
Job, a change of position, change of way of seeing things and doing things, especially as an actor. I just found it became very limiting.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name was Sean Connery, but he was also known as Thomas Connery. He was born August 25, 1930 in Edinburgh, Scotland, making him 90 at the time of his death. He died October 31, 2020 in Lyford Cay, the Bahamas. He stands at 1.89 meters or 6 feet 2 inches tall. Connery enjoyed golf for 20 years. He owned the Domaine des Terres Blanches in France, which was turned into a luxury golf resort when he sold the property to billionaire Dietmar Hopp. Sean also trained in martial arts and earned a black belt in Kyokushin Karate. He was an avid supporter of Rangers FC, a Scottish Premiership football club. His favorite Bond film is From Russia with Love. Connery was voted Scotland's greatest living national treasure in a 2011 Euro Millions survey and was named People magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 1989 and Sexiest Man of the Century 10 years later. Connery was granted memorial bearings, including a heraldic supporters in 2018 by the Lord Lion King of Arms, the head of Scotland's heraldic authority. Connery's Scottish roots and his experiences in filming in Glasgow shipyards in 1966 inspired him to become a member of the center-left Scottish National Party, which supports Scottish independence from the United Kingdom. He received the honorary degree of D.Lit from St. Andrews University in 1988. According to a poll conducted by the British film magazine Empire, he created the worst accent in the history of cinema in the movie The Untouchables. He turned down the role of the architect in The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. He had cataracts removed from both eyes in 2003. He was once stopped for speeding by an officer named Sergeant James Bond. He started smoking when he was 9 years old. In Italy, fans call him Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He was a good friend of Michael Caine and the late Richard Harris and Roger Moore. During the production of South Pacific in the mid-1950s, Connery dated a Jewish dark-haired beauty with a ballerina's figure, Carol Sopel, but was warned off by her family. He then dated Julie Hamilton, daughter of documentary filmmaker and feminist Jill Craigle. He also shared a mutual attraction with jazz singer Maxine Daniels, whom he met at the Empire Theater. He made a pass at her, but she told him she was already happily married with a daughter. Sean married actress Diane Salento in 1962, and they welcomed a son, Jason, born January 1963, before separating in 1971. Jason grew up to be an actor and director. Connery was married to painter Micheline Roquebrune from 1975 until his death, though he did have an affair with pop star Lindsay DePaul in 1989.
Should have somebody that could be capable of doing all the things like snapping the necks and firing the guns and smoking himself to death.
His mother, Euphemia, was a laundress, and his father, Joseph, was a truck driver and factory worker. Sean, then known as Tommy, became a big brother at the age of 8 when brother Neil was born. Connery enjoyed playing tag and soccer as a child, and he showed an aptitude for math at Tollcross Elementary School. Connery dropped out of school at 13 to work at a dairy, and joined the Royal Navy at 16. When he was 19, he was released from service 4 years early as a result of stomach ulcers. After his military service, Sean came home and worked several jobs, including laying bricks, shoveling coal, and posing for aspiring artists at the Edinburgh Art School. He joined the Dunedin Weightlifting Club and competed in a Mr. Universe contest in 1953, coming in third place in the tall men's division. A casting director was in the audience and cast Connery in the London production of South Pacific. After just one rehearsal, Sean decided that he wanted an acting career. Connery appeared in several theater productions before his first television role in a 1956 episode of Dixon of Dock Green. He was cast in his first film, No Road Back, in 1957. Later that year, he played Mountain McClintock in the BBC's Requiem for a Heavyweight, his first starring role. Sean soon landed major roles in films Another Time, Another Place, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and Macbeth. And in 1962, he scored what would become his most iconic role, British secret agent James Bond. Dr. No was the first movie in the James Bond franchise, and Connery also played the suave spy in From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, and Never Say Never Again. Sean briefly reprised his role of James Bond in 2005 when he recorded voiceovers for the From Russia with Love video game. Despite his retirement in 2012, he voiced the title role in the animated feature Sir Billy, which he also produced, and narrated Ever to Excel, a documentary about the history of Scotland's St. Andrews University.
As a person. And the more one played it, the easier that was to convey.
He primarily earned money through acting and brand endorsement deals. He was reportedly paid $16,000 for Dr. No, $1.25 million for Diamonds Are Forever, and $3 million for Never Say Never Again. Connery made $20 million for his part in the film Entrapment, and an additional $17 million for his work in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He had a net worth of $350 million at the time of his death. In 1999, Connery and his wife sold their home in Marbella, Spain for 6.4 million euros. After the sale, luxury apartments were built on the spot, leading to an investigation for alleged tax evasion. Sean was cleared of any wrongdoing, but Micheline was charged with tax property fraud. Connery owned homes in Greece and the Bahamas. In Greece, King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands was his neighbor. They shared a helicopter platform. Still referred to by locals as Sean's Place, Connery's former home is one of the French Riviera's prettiest and well-located villas with views overlooking Nice and the Mediterranean Sea. Behind an entrance gate providing privacy from overzealous fans and paparazzi, the stone mansion is styled in the classic French architecture of the 1920s and dressed in colorful wisteria vines. Built on 5 levels with an elevator and rooftop terrace, the home has 5 bedrooms and baths distributed between all floors. The entrance opens into the grand hall with floor-to-ceiling windows capturing more views of the mountains and sea. Wraparound and garden terraces invite lounging, and the home's period details, such as wide planked parquet floors, run throughout the building. He owned the following cars: a 1961 Sunbeam Alpine, a BMW 635 CSI, an Aston Martin DB5,